What's up, YouTube? Today I'm going to do an unboxing of Viccel Socks. I believe that's how you pronounce it. These are over-the-calf dress socks. There have only been a couple videos that I've seen made on these, and none of them really answered my questions, and I'm sure if I have questions, y'all have questions, and you'd probably just like to see how they come, how they're packaged. I've seen various things on forums about their customer service or their ship times and things like that. Granted, the information was relatively old. Um, these came very quickly. Probably maybe a week and a half, something like that. I believe they came through FedEx. Wasn't too bad at all. Their box, really nice. I was kind of surprised they came this way. I thought they were just going to be kind of thrown in a box with some bubble wrap, like a lot of companies do it, but you're seeing it for the first time, just like I am. So these will be my honest first impressions. I've never owned any of these socks before. Know very little about the brand other than what I've seen on Instagram, which is how I found them. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, got some various information on the back, which is nice, about how to care for them, and just sort of a history of the socks, which is pretty cool. These are very well priced in my opinion, but we'll see once I start wearing them, how exactly I feel about them. I'm going to do a follow-up video to these once I actually get some use out of them. I'm going to be wearing these during the week for work as well as for leisure, so we will see how they hold up. And I'm going to machine wash them. Nothing fancy. Some people will do it in their sinks or things like that, but I live an active enough life. I really don't have time for that. I love clothes, but I can only meticulously care for them to a certain point. So enough of my rambling. I got a knife out for this, but I think I'm just going to slide them out the bottom here. Okay. Oh, wow. Sorry, a little clunky here. Let me get that out of the way. Wow, okay. So they come nice and tied. That's pretty cool. So I got some various pairs, color-wise, pretty simple. I don't know how well you can see it, how well this is picking it up. I probably need to have better lighting in here, but bear with me. This is my first video shot on my dresser, so, I don't have a fancy YouTube setup. I've never made a YouTube video. I plan on making some more, but, while I had the opportunity, I waited a couple days to open these so I could get a tripod, and here we go. But this is a green. I don't know how well you can see that. Very dark. I actually thought it was going to be much lighter than this, but it's more of a, I guess, a hunter green than a bright green. Well, I guess it looks a little more green in person than it does in this video, but I certainly thought it was going to be much more of a brighter green. Let's see. You know what? We're just going to slide it off. And like I said, these are over-the-calf socks. Oh, bear with me here. Hopefully my videos will get better over time if I continue to make them. My goal, I'm going to talk about in another video of why exactly I'm making these videos. Kind of touched on it in the beginning, but these socks and stuff aren't the only thing I'm gonna try to get some video of. So these are like a royal blue. Like I said, maybe not royal, but a dark blue. These are over the calf, proper dress socks. I do think this is one interesting thing about these as opposed to some of the others that I've had in the past, is that they go up to a certain point and then they become just a sort of regular, they're not elastic, but whatever it is that grips your actual calf. You know, or some of the other socks I've got from Brooks Brothers in the past, you know, this would go all the way up to the very top, and then there'd be a band that was very short over the calf. So these are pretty interesting in how they do that. So you've probably seen enough. This is another of the exact same pair. I got some purple here. Again, they follow the same pattern, ribbed up to a certain point, and then they have a large elastic band. These are purple also. And then these are the greens that I just showed you. And one other thing which is nice that I noticed that a lot of, you know, higher end dress socks do is you actually order them based on your shoe size as opposed to a small, medium, and large like a lot of companies would do. Even some that are relatively expensive, you know, will still do that. So that's one nice thing, because I hate it when you're wearing a sock and over the calf and you pull it up and you can see the part. Let's get one. You can see, you know, this part right here over above kind of on your Achilles tendon area, you know, and it kind of bulges out and looks kind of silly. So I'm hoping that these, which this looks like it's got a little like pick here, but they're socks, they'll be all right. And plus, for the money, you can't complain too much about them. I mean, I don't know of anything else on the market that seem to be this level of quality for this level of money. So I'm just going to slide them out the same way. It's been long enough, I've kind of forgot what colors that I ordered. So let's see, we got a pink. This is more of a khaki color, kind of looks yellow, at least from the camera here, it looks kind of yellow. It looks much more khaki in real life. This is actually kind of, I guess, more of a cream. Let's see. This appears to be a black. And that appears to be a black, I believe. But basically, I got all summer weights. I live in the South. It's pretty much summertime all year round here. We have a little blip of winter, a little blip of spring and fall. I saw on some forums that they said that if you lived, whoops, bumped the camera. If you live in an area where it is sort of warm throughout the year, relatively speaking, of course, it'd be smarter to get the summer weights as opposed to the winter weights. And I'm going to be wearing these socks year round unless I learn otherwise through wearing these here in the fall and the winter. So I guess I would suggest that to other people without fully knowing myself. That's kind of the rule of thumb that I followed based on what I'd read. So I guess if you live in northern areas where it's more more cold, you might want to try the winter weights. I don't have a pair, so I really can't tell you for sure. But like I said, I'm going to do a follow-up video on these, on how they age and, you know, how they wear. Are they comfortable? How well do they machine wash? Those sorts of things. So once I have some time in them, some shoe time, if you will, I'll do a follow-up video. But I appreciate you watching. I'm going to do my best to make some other videos on topics that I really haven't seen any videos on. So that's kind of going to be my goal. Because if I have questions about them from a small town, I guarantee you other people in the U.S. have them. Because a lot of this stuff, even in larger cities, you're not going to see for sale anywhere. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you in the next one.